Good morning, Monday morning coffee. I am so happy and grateful to be back with you guys. I'm catching up right now. I know a lot of you have been writing to me, and I'm just catching up right now on the message I received and everything that's going on. So I want you to be patient. I'll get back to you as soon as like the chaos which I went through in the past few days that I settle and get back into it. But I'm so grateful to be able to share with you what I've got in the past days, where I just came back from Los Angeles from the paradigm shift, which is probably one of the most powerful transformational short program that we have, because it's a 2.5 day of intense information that share with you what is a paradigm to start with. And if you don't know what your paradigms are, if you don't know what is holding you back, how can you make the change? And that is the very first piece that you need to understand, that in order to make a change, you need to identify what the problem is. And most people are living their life, they're tiptoeing around their life and are walking toward their death without ever living. So if you don't know what is holding you back, how are you going to make a change, and how are you going to make an impact on this world where that you have no clue, and you know what you need to do, you know what you would love to do, but every time there's this little voice in your mind that says, yeah, but I can't, or yeah, but they can, but not me, or I don't have the resources, or I don't know what I should be doing. And you are always staying into your comfort zone. You're not allowing yourself to start moving toward that life that really is worth living. I'm really in beige today. I have a funny story for you about that. When we moved to Los Cabos, um, I was in the plane and looking down, and I was, wow, okay, that's the place I want to live. I just knew from that moment, this is where I want to live. And my wife was looking at me like, kind of, are you crazy? I mean, we haven't even like touched down yet, and then you just want to move here? I just knew in my heart. And as we arrive, we coming from Playa del Carmen, where that there's so much color, like the ocean itself, like there's 7 different colors, 7 different type of blues that you have there in that area. And there's trees, there's trees with like all kind of plants and colors, and everything is very colorful. And we arrive here, and well, where I live in Los Cabos, it's a desert. So like everything is beige, like the mountains, there's no trees in it, so everything is beige. Even the colors from the homes, everything was beige, and my wife was just freaking out. She's like, everything is beige, like I don't want to be here. And after a few years, she got the hang of it, and she started like to appreciate the beauty of it, because there's beauty as well in the desert. Like what one thing that really attracts me about this area here is the mix with mountain and ocean. I love that. I don't know why, but I absolutely love the mountain and the ocean together. Like there's something absolutely powerful into this. So this is what we have here, which in Playa del Carmen, it's flat. I mean, like if you could see at a bird eye, I mean, there's absolutely no relief. It's flat. So I was missing that. I was missing like relief, because where I grew up, and as well, this is part of the paradigm. Where I grew up, I was getting out of my house, and I had a mountain right in front of me, like a mount, not a mountain, a mount. And I grew up this way. So this is part of my paradigm. I need relief, like, in the field. This is where I feel comfortable. So it's very interesting to see how the paradigm is there for all aspects of your life, and you don't even realize it, and you don't even pay attention to it. And until the time that you really become aware, like truly what we're trying to do is we try to bring our level of awareness to a level where that we can start vibrating. Now, I'm using the words that maybe like you're just like, what is he talking about? But if you understand how radio waves work, right? You're listening, and even right now, you're listening to me through your computer, through your phone. How do you think it happened? Well, most of those things are wireless. How do you think it happened? I have no connection on my computer right now. There's no cable other than my speakerphone. There's no cable which is bringing the signal there. And I'm talking through the computer. It goes all the way into your home, into your phone, into your work. Maybe some of you are at work right now listening to this. And you can listen to me. Like, how is that happening? Well, this is frequencies. And we all work on frequencies. Like us as well. Our thoughts are frequencies. So for me, in order to bring my level of awareness to the goal that I want, I need to bring my frequency to another level so I can start thinking that way. And what the work of the paradigm is to bring you right back into the comfort zone, into what you're knowing. What you know is based on everything you learned in the past, and it wants to keep you right there. So if you're not understanding how your mind works, if you're not understanding what is holding you back, how are you going to ever live the life that you always imagined that you want living? How are you going to embrace those goals that you truly want? So that is exactly the power of the paradigm shift, that event that I just came back from in Los Angeles. And I was very fortunate. We were 10 of us. I had a VIP table, and some member of my team was with me. And I had one client that had the opportunity to see how we're working as a team. So it was just an absolute beautiful experience as well with my team member, and so much fun. We had a blast, I tell you that. So there's some people which are joining in. I just want to say hi to a few of you, and just see the comments. Sanil says, cool. Francisco Estrada, Gabby Paz, Steve Freiber. I hope I'll see you at the training next week, Steve. Nancy Silva Medina, good morning. Luca Bria Liboa. Livia, I'll see you next week as well, right? Jason Ho, Danduin Reda, good morning. Hey, good morning, Jason. Cheers from Amsterdam, from your pirate friend. Actually, my pirate friend, like a very cool dude. Sheila, good morning. Yes, the law of vibration, but the law of vibration, you really have to start living it and understanding that everything vibrates, nothing rests. We literally live in an ocean of motion. And you've got to and you can control that motion, by the way. We've been told that we're not in charge. That is not true. You are absolutely in charge in everything, because everything is energy. So if you can control your own energy, you're going to start controlling the energy in your surroundings, and you're going to attract to you, which is the secondary law of the law of vibration. You're going to attract to you the vibration, which is the same one that you are in at this moment. Okay? Very, very important to understand that. Edgar, good morning. Danduin Mirning. I guess that was a typo there. Jason Eng, Good to see you here, my friend. Oh, there, I just corrected it. Véronique, good morning. Bonjour. Lou, a pleasant good morning to you, Marc. When you believe, your belief becomes a fact. Absolute. So one of the things that have heard during the paradigm shift, which, I mean, there are so many things, like 2.5 days. And I'll talk to you as well about Les Brown, which was there and did a speech there. It was actually magic. We become the product of the books we read and the people that we are mixing with. Actually, you're gonna earn about $2,000 to $3,000 away from the people that you're mixing with the most. So if you're mixing with people which are always fucking broke, you'll be broke. So you got to understand that the people, and this is one of the toughest part into making a paradigm shift, is to start going away from the people that is holding you back. And some of those people are very good friends. Some of those people are people that you've been mixing with your entire life. They've been your friends for entire life. But look at their results. Is that the type of results you want? And if the answer is yes, well, like, you are mixing with good people. But if they have shitty results, if they are not to par to where you want to be, you got to start getting away from those people. And it doesn't mean that you've got to be mean and say, like, I don't want to mix with you anymore because you're broke. No, that's not the point here. The point is you want to start getting involved with different groups, people which are going to help you. And it's not that it's all about me, but they're gonna guide you. They're gonna give you some tips, some insights, some books to read, some club to get involved with. For example, there's some great groups like meetups, for example, which we did start a meetup in our community here, and it was great when we did it. Now, the people that was part of this meetup was, in the beginning, was really, really good, but it came to a point where that it was not making you grow anymore. So what do? You find another group. You start mixing with other people. This is the key, guys. Does that mean that, like, again, that you're just looking at what you can get? Absolutely not. Actually, that's totally the opposite. You'll have to get into a group and see what you can give. But if you're mixing with groups that you're giving and you feel that you don't get anything in return in terms of, like, constructive and development and challenging as well, you want to be challenged, but that you're not going to grow. So it's very important to mix with good people. So meetup is a good one. A BNI, if you're not familiar with this, Business Network International, which that was my first entry into a new market, which is called Guadalajara. I got involved went into a BNI meetings, actually went to all of them. And every month I was going there and I was mixing, and I was going to 2 or 3 BNI and mix with a bunch of people. And out of this, one of the person in the BNI became a good friend. And we are communicating on a weekly basis. It's a good friend. When I go there, I always see him. So that's the type of mixing that you want to do. And you mix with people which truly are either people that you admire, or people that can show you how that you can get to the next level, or people that gonna challenge you, right? Because they created already the results, and that is only through this that you're gonna grow. Because again, you're gonna become the product of the book you read, the books you read, and the people you're mixing with. So what type of book are you reading? Are you reading always novels and stories, or you're reading things that's going to make you think and that's going to make you reflect and go to another point? I read that earlier into the very first ones, the very first Monday morning coffee, but I want to read it again because this is what I received this. That was at one of my first inner circle, not one of my first, my very first inner circle with Bob Proctor. And I had this beautiful card at the inner circle dinner. And I remember the very first time I read this, I did not understand. And I mean, I'm studying this material all the time, but I did not understand really what it meant. So I'm going to read it to you because it goes directly with the subject today. I closed off all easy roads leading to me. That means that you're protecting your inner circle. That's what it means. So you are blocking those easy access to you. Why would you do that? But that's exactly what I say, because you are the product of the books you read and the people you're mixing with. So you want to mix with people that are going to help you grow. And again, it's not in a selfish way. It's more of protecting like what you're feeding your mind with, ultimately. That's really what it is. Then the second part, but I'm reachable if you are willing to go the extra mile. So if you are making effort to move forward, if you are making effort to get better, if you are making effort of reading what I'm suggesting you and doing the work, then I'm reachable. I have so many people which are part of our community, which are reaching to me and say, Mark, like, I really want you to help me, and could you help me, and could you keep me accountable, and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm always open to help, because I remember when I started, I was, well, first of all, I didn't ask for help, which was a big mistake. I should have asked for help, because you have to do it yourself, but you can't do it alone. Okay? That's very important that you understand that. You have to do it yourself, but you can't do it alone. So, but when I did ask for help, and when I did ask people advice, they were there, they were helping. But when they do give you advice, are you following through, or are you just wasting their time? Because there's nothing that annoys the shit out of me when that you ask for help, and I'm giving you the help, and you're not doing the work. I'm doing this once. If you're not following through, I'm done. Why? Because my time is valuable, and your time should be valuable as well. So if you're taking the time to ask for help, and someone give you the help and give you advice, and by the way, you go and ask for help only to people that has demonstrated that they know what they're talking about and have results to back it up. Okay? That's the people that you go to and ask for help. But if you do ask help to those people, do the work. You cannot not do the work and then after complain, and then go back and ask for the same question. That's another part as well. When you go and ask the same question to the same person, like, don't you think that person have been listening and remember? Because I remember, if you ask me, I remember. So just make sure that you're applying the help that you're receiving. Otherwise, everybody's wasting their time. And like, time is valuable. Time, you're not going to get that back. You know, like the minute that you're wasting with people, it's done. They're gone. So would you rather grab a good book and study, or have a great conversation or a mastermind with someone, instead of wasting your time hearing someone complain or telling you why it's not working? Right? Instead of looking at, oh, I don't have the money, why don't you think about ways to get that money instead? It's all a question of perception. And how do I think this way? It's because I've been studying. It's because I've been asking questions to people in my surrounding, which have demonstrated that they know what they're talking about. And now because I'm studying, because I'm repeating this, because I'm always involved with that type of information, I'm getting better at it. So now it becomes a habit. So I'm thinking this way all the time now. So I'm getting the results attached to it. I'm not letting myself go down and stay down. Like, am I having ups and downs? Yeah, it's normal. It's part of it. The law of rhythm. But when I'm down, I'm not staying there. And I'm not complaining about them down. I'm taking the tools. I'm using the tools that I'm having to lift myself up, to change my state of vibration, to change my mindset, and to continue moving toward that goal and that vision that I want. Okay? So that's what this is all about. And I absolutely love this. And this is in my Think and Grow Rich book, which, by the way, if you want to study this, we're going to have a group. We're going to start a group with this where we're going to study this and with the teaching from Bob. It's so amazing. This is what I'm studying right now. And I absolutely love this new program that we have. And it's very inexpensive, by the way. And I promise you, your mind's going to go to another level. Bob has been studying this book for 58 years. 58 years. And that was funny because there was a video at the Paradigm Shift where he was in an interview in the late 70s. And he was saying, I've been studying this book for 23 years. I'm probably going to study for another 23 years. Now he's at 58 years. And he's still going strong and still studying the same book. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that studying the same thing over and over and over again keep getting him better results? Have you ever thought about that? Because we've been conditioned that you read the book, you put the book aside. Okay, I read the book. But do you understand what the author had in mind while he was while he wrote that book? Because for the author, I promise you, he did not write this book within a week. It's years in some cases. In this case of this book, it's 25 years of research. 25 years of research, interviewing 500 of the most successful people at the time. 500 over 25 years. Now, he interviewed thousands of people, but 500 of the most successful people at the time. It took him 25 years. It didn't get paid for the work of this for 20 years. Would you do that? Would you dedicate your life to one thing and one thing only because you're passionate about it? That's the reason why Bob is reading this. He says, if this guy spent his entire life writing and researching about this book, maybe I should spend my entire life studying it. And this is why he has the great success he has. But remember, you are the product of the books you read and the people you're mixing with. Do you have any questions, any comment on this? So I've got like some people which have been joining. Morning from Guadalajara. Nancy, good morning. Can you repeat the group of Guadalajara, please? I was saying BNI, Business Network International. There's a bunch of it. I can give you a contact of my good friend, which is now he's a leader in BNI. Actually, he's like part of the leadership. And this is what happened to him is because he's been studying with me, his growth have been exponential, and he was able to get in a position now that he's in a leadership position, and he can help other people like you, Nancy, to get results. So you should get in touch with him. Just DM me, and I'm gonna give you the contact for that. Roberto Rivas, good morning. Di Russell, good morning. Di is on the other side of the planet in Melbourne. No, she's not in Melbourne, actually. She's in a tiny little village, beach town outside of Melbourne, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. But that's the community. Like Dai is a good friend. I mean, I love her dearly. Because I've been doing this, because I've been I involved myself with this type of material. Now I have friends all over the world. I can go pretty much anywhere in the world, and I have friends over there, and I can go and have a nice cup of coffee and have a great conversation and talk about things, and mixing with people which they're great. You know, they are a student of this material and they are feeling good about themselves. And what we're going to talk about is going to be great things. We're not going to talk about the weather. We're not going to talk about the condition and circumstances. We're going to talk about how can we create the life that we want. And that, my friend, that is a blessing. That like makes my heart filled with abundance and joy, because I've got this community. Now, is that happened by accident? Do you think that's an accident? No, it's not. I designed that. I created that. That's part of my daily affirmation, that I have friends all over the world. And I started like this affirmation 3 years ago. Now, it didn't happen right away, but through repetition, which is one of the things that we're teaching, how to change a paradigm through repetition, I was able to bring this into my life and start living this way. Absolutely fantastic. I just love it. So Edgar says, good morning, Roberto. Edgar says, understand, but I mentor a few guys on the insurance business, and I realize that they are not ignoring me, but they need more push. If I quit on them, I notice they won't advance. But if I help them, not just once, but several times, they finally got it and grow. So I don't think they are losing my time. I don't think we should quit on people. No, you should not quit on people, but you should follow only people, and you should help people that wants to help themselves. Absolutely agree with you. I'm not quitting on people. I'm not quitting on people unless and until I see they don't have desire. But if they have desire, I will follow. I will be there for anybody that has a desire. Does that make sense? So it's not quitting on people because like you're a quitter, and because again, they've got to do what needs to be done. That's it. If I see they have a desire, I'm gonna continue working with them. But if they don't have desire, then there's absolutely nothing you can do. Good morning, Jimmy. Then Tigran, which is another friend living in Sweden, which I'm probably going to see in a couple weeks from now. That's the beauty about that, is I feel absolutely fortunate to have people I know all over. And the truth is, you can do the same. If you are thinking, and if you are applying the material that we are sharing with you, if you're working at designing your life, and you start mixing with the right people and reading the right books, you will see your life's going to be an absolute blessing. That's okay. Lost in translation, Edgar. Lost in translation. It's like when I speak Spanish, sometimes people are looking at me like this. But if we clarify, and this is all about clarification, right? When you don't understand something, by the way, this is good. It's really good. In every event, there's an opportunity to learn, okay? So if you don't fully understand something, don't make conclusion. Ask questions. Yeah, but should you give up on someone that really wants to succeed? Absolutely not. You don't give up on anybody that has desire. Desire is the key. But if a person doesn't have desire, and we had a couple situation. I was talking with a prospect from not a prospect, actually. That was a prospect of someone that I keep accountable. And the person was like, I'm comfortable. I'm happy where I am. Like, no desire to get more. Very comfortable. Don't want to grow, which, I mean, that's a tragedy in my opinion, because if you don't want to grow, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. Like, there's no status quo. So that person was having absolutely no desire. I'm done. There's nothing I can do for that person. And I'm not going to convince a person that he needs to grow. That is not my work. My work is to help you, if you do have desire, to bring you to the next level. That's what I do. So we still find an angle where we could help that person, but the paradigm took over. And when the paradigm takes over, which most of people are talking, and they don't even talk, that's not them talking, it's the paradigm, the programming talking. And they don't even realize it. And they come with all kind of excuses and reason why they should stay where they are. That is the job of the paradigm. Okay, most people, and when you talk about paradigm, people are not really understanding it. They understand it conceptually, they understand it consciously, but it's not at the conscious level that you need to get things in order to make a change. It's really at the subconscious level. This is where that you're moving into action. So it's very important to understand what the paradigm does and how it controls your entire life. I saw the change already going by reading The Science of Getting Rich. Now, the change that you see is on the surface, which is good. Okay, Jimmy? It's really, really good. But what we need to do is we need to bring this, because like the paradigm will always give you a leeway. It's always going to give you like some rope. But from the moment that the paradigm start to get threatening, then this is where that it's tightened up, and then just bring that rope right back, and gonna bring you right back into default. It's gonna bring you right back into how the paradigm is programmed. I'll give you an example. Now, think about all the apps that you have on your phone right now, right? Which is a Mac product. And you would like to take that Mac product and put it into a Macintosh from 1984. Do you think that app would work? Like we are taking a different frequency, different vibration. Well, we are talking in different frequency, different vibrations. I'm not sure I understand the question. But what I want to say is really think about how that your programming is based on everything that you learned from the past. And the goal and the vision is like to upgrade that programming to the life that you envision living. And if you're doing this, you're going to start living a full life. You're going to start living really the way you would like to live. Make sense? So, of course, you cannot put an application from a iOS program from today into a 1984 Macintosh. Like, it's just not compatible. But most of the people's programming are from the 80s. Now, think about it. Most of people's programming are from the 80s. That's coming from their parents, and they never upgraded that, ever. And then they're wondering, like, why I'm not getting the results. Geez, look at what you're doing. Is there any question, any comments, anything you would like to share, you would like to talk about, so I can address? I've got like another 10-minute-ish that I can help you with. Pancho decided like that he's gonna start cutting the grass, mowing the grass right here, which normally doesn't do that on Monday morning. But any question, any comments, anything you would like to address? If not, then we gonna just wrap it up and go back to our week, which again, this program or this Monday sessions are for you just to reflect a little bit and see how that you can take this and implement this into your daily activities and becoming better and really creating a different results for yourself and different activities, so then you'll start moving where you want to move, right? So there's a couple of people that says that they have questions, so we're gonna wait a little bit and let me share with you. Okay, Todd is saying, talk to me about how to change your belief when fear of lack is greater than expectation of fulfillment. It's an interesting question, Todd, Bikram. I would say that when fear is greater than your desire, it's because your desire is not bigger. It's not big enough. Like you're not going after a big enough goal. So you're letting your current conditions, circumstances to dictate your course of action. We had a conversation before, Bikram, and I said to you, like we need to work at a different level. You try to do it by yourself. You try to do it alone. Like I would identify where's your challenges very quickly. But if you try to do it alone, what you will allow yourself to do is to let the paradigm control and dictate like your course of action. And you don't see the paradigm. You don't see your paradigm like from within. It's very difficult to identify. So this is the reason why all professional athletes, singers, like great people, they all have coaches. They can do it on their own, but they're not having that person which is pushing them to performing better and to get to another level. You think a LeBron James need like a coach? I mean, he could coach pretty much everybody, but yet he still have one. Why? Because that coach is pushing him to become better every single day. So, and identifying as well, where is the challenges? Where is the limitation? But if you're trying to do it alone, then you're not getting the results that you want. Does that make sense? Oh, that was Todd who said that. Sorry. Okay, so Bikram says an old computer can run the latest software, and the latest computer can run old software. Exactly. Very, very simple, right? Edgar is saying, sorry about that, Todd. There was confusion there. Fear and lack, it's a strong part of a paradigm, which is not you. You identify with it, but you are not fear or need. You are perfection. Well said. Sheena, people say yes to me over and over, but they have no money. I have every answer to that. I help them come back up to their desire, but their paradigm keeps bringing them back. Now I recognize that with me and I working on that. Huh. Money's never a problem, by the way. If someone says yes and they're saying that they don't have the money, it's because that you haven't given them enough for them to move into action. Money's everywhere. Money is never the problem. Time is never the problem. When they talk about money, normally it's because that you haven't given them enough value to see that you are the person that's going to be able to help them. That is where I would focus on, and that goes for any product. That goes for any service, any idea. When a person uses money and time as a reason why they wouldn't move, it's because you haven't given them enough reason for them to believe that you have the solution. So I would deflect the money objection and I would go back to their desire. What do you want? And you will see that most likely, if you can identify really what they want and you help them to really like create that picture, and you can create a picture better than they can themselves, they will move along and will find the money, because the money is the easiest part. That's never a good objection. That's never a good reason why not to move forward. Roberto, feeling that you are going the other way is part of paradigm, or is the terror barrier? It's both, actually. Feeling that you're not going the right direction, it will always happen, by the way. So this is part of the process. Often you're gonna feel as well that you don't have a like there's no concrete view that you're succeeding. It looks like basically you're going totally the wrong direction. Well, when that happens, just keep going. If the desire is strong enough and that's truly what you want, just continue in that direction. You will see you will succeed. Okay? Most people are quitting and they're just right there. Like the success is just about to happen and they're quitting. Nancy, is it enough to work those paradigm in therapy? Oh, therapy with like a psychotherapist you're talking about? That is very interesting. Nancy, you and I need to have a conversation. Just DM me. We'll talk. Spencer, good morning, my friend. You are a legend. You are a legend. Now you've got a lot of work to do today, right? Today and tomorrow, it's a done deal. Sheena, so when I give more value, they get results and think they have it sorted. But as you said, it's surface level. Correct. Like the paradigm is insidious. The paradigm is really it's very, 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 it's hidden. The paradigm is underneath. It's underneath everything. It's underneath what you're saying. It's underneath how you're acting, how you're moving, the decision you're making. Paradigm is all there. But it's not, it's really not, like it's not like big and shiny as, oh, this is the paradigm. You've got to understand that the paradigm is one job and one job only, is to keep you where you are, to be safe. That's what the paradigm does. Okay? So make sure that you're not letting your paradigm, your own paradigm, control as well your action. Because that's what it does. Make sense? Good boy. Like, I've got great expectation, Spencer. Like, I'm expecting you to see you on Monday, on the 13th, right? Not on the 14th. So that's what's going to conclude, you guys, our session today. Like, those guys today, they just don't get it. Like, this is what's happening when you are working like a robot, is you're not thinking further of what is happening, and you just do things because that's what you have to do. Like, think. You are the product of the books you read and the people you're mixing with. All right? Thank you so much for spending that time. I know your time is valuable. I know that you are, like, I'm so grateful that you're spending some time here, and then you're coming here to listen to this. And the goal now is to apply what you've heard and to move every single day toward your goal, because you're great. And as my friend Spencer's always say, you are a legend. Peace out.